Hello, I am TheZOMBIEJ. Before we address the elephant in the room today, for this video, I have to address something. It seems like I lost probably at least a few subscribers. People are getting mad at me for being mad at LEGO, it seems. Because I'm expressing my honest opinions about LEGO and some of the stupid shit that they do. So in that right, I guess people just don't like my opinions on LEGO. They don't even leave a comment, they just don't care. And nobody leaves a comment on my videos anymore, so it feels like the dead internet theory is actually a thing at this point, So, at this point, if you don't like my LEGO content, fine, fuck you, get out of here. I'm going to talk about music instead for a while. Music and video games. Starting with, well, obviously, look at the background. Posters. Stuff. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about it. I originally said that I wasn't going to do this again. I originally said I wasn't going to put up the metal posters and cough like an idiot. Rearrange my room in this exact format, in this exact way ever again. Well, I ended up doing it anyway. Been listening to a lot of metal lately, specifically a lot of thrash metal, some death metal, and just been, getting back into listening to various breeds of metal. Because, well, there's a lot of new albums that came out this year and are still to come out this year. Archgoat are releasing a new album. Anthrax are releasing a new album. And yeah, so I'm excited for new material to come out this year. There's still some albums that I've yet to listen to, like the new Venom album. I know I'm slow, but whatever. Point is, I'm excited for new metal music that's coming out this year. Seems like 2026 is going to be another fantastic year for metal. A lot of big names, a lot of big releases. 2025 already had some great big names and big releases. You had the return of both Dark Angel and Coroner, which was fantastic. The Dark Angel album ended up being the worst thrash metal album of 2025. But hey, at least Sacrifice released an album in 2025, and yeah, it was great. 2025 had a lot of thrash metal releases in general. Testament probably released the best one, because they experimented with death metal and black metal along with their traditional thrash metal roots. Yeah, sounded pretty awesome. There's a lot of albums that were released in 2025. Rage released one. Sodom and Destruction released albums. Obviously, I think the Sodom album, The Arsonist, is probably my favorite album of 2025. Top thrash metal album of 2025. And, yeah, 2025 was just an excellent year for metal. It seemed there was a lot of power metal that was released too, like Sabaton and whatnot. So already 2026 is a fantastic year. You got Rob Zombie. This album isn't all that great, but hey, still Rob Zombie. You got Creator, you got Venom, you got Exodus, and just a lot of releases, a lot of great stuff. people seem to be trash-talking the new Exodus album because of Rob Dukes. Hey, Rob Dukes is a great vocalist. Shut up. I mean, seriously. Honestly, originally I felt like it was going to be hard for Exodus to top Persona non grata, their last album. Well, they did. And it was brutal. It was brutal thrash, just excellence. Goliath is a fantastic album, it really is. Rob really did bring his traditional screamy thrash vocals to the table, I guess you could say. He is bringing a lot that the band really needed since the parting of Zetro. I apologize if you hear dogs barking in the background. I can't do anything about that. But yeah, I'm excited for new metal albums being released this year, and already there's been quite a lot of stuff that's been released out there. A lot of material. Dark Throne released an album this year. I haven't listened yet. Monstrosity released a new album that they're slow on releasing there. They could have had at least as many albums as Cannibal Corpse does by now. They don't, because they're slow, because they slowly craft their music as best as possible. And yeah, a lot of other black metal bands have released albums besides Dark Throne, and are releasing albums, as I said. Archgoat are releasing their album this year, finally, after their 2021 EP. Was it 2021? No, it was 2022, I think. I don't fucking remember. As you can tell, I'm excited for 2026, and we're already in August, so 2026 is definitely going to be another slam dunk of a year for heavy metal. Now, obviously, we won't see that Judas Priest album until probably next year. We won't see a Iron Maiden album until probably 2028 at the earliest. I don't know, but they're slow on releasing music, but hey, whatever. At least you have Bruce Dickinson's solo stuff to go back on, I suppose. Who else is releasing material this year? Amon Amarth are releasing a new album, finally. They should have released one last year. After the single We Rule the Waves, yeah, Amon Amarth are still kicking ass and taking names with their melodic death metal Viking sound. Yeah, I'm excited for the new Amon Amarth album. I felt like the Great Heathen Army was a bit too plasticky in its sound because of the production. It's the production that really bothered me on that. It sounded too plasticky and overproduced. And as a result of that, I didn't like the album. I liked the music that was being produced, that was being, showcased on that album. But it's just the production that bothers me. Too plasticky, too much plastic, too much fakery, I guess you could say. Now, again, I wasn't going to put up the metal posters ever again, but I did, and it took the entire day of yesterday to do it. It took hours. From rearranging things, like putting my stereo back on a shelf, from putting all these Bionicles and stuff back where they have them, and putting all these posters and random bits and bobs here and there on the walls, moving the record player stand back in a closer position to, where I can actually get to it, and, I still have to figure out where to put the Lego Christmas tree, but there's that. And just finding room for things too. There's 2 Borak Hal canisters that I still haven't found a place for. There's this damn thing. Alternate model of the Dalmatian fucking Lego thing, Technic thing. Monster Mutt. Yeah, this is the alternate model and I love it. It's great. It's cool. But I don't know where else to put it. But right here. So between all of this, putting all of this up and rearranging things, reorganizing things, coupled with eating breakfast, eating lunch, sitting down, because I have to, sit down to take a break every so often, to, not overwork myself. And I ended up overworking myself anyway, because by the time the evening came, by the time, night fell, my knees were shot, my legs were hurting in general. And, it was, I get so tired of having to, reach to, get certain posters up there, and, having to, knock into fucking shelves in order to get to things. The one thing that worries me the most, you see that Slipknot, thing? Yes, that's a fake tombstone. Whoop-de-doo. Got that from my grandmother's house. It's a Halloween decoration. With that Slipknot, tapestry thing, wall, flag, I tacked that onto the wall. And I have to stand on top of my bed in order to do it. And I always worry that, after I tack it onto the wall, that under my, weight, I suppose, that the box springs underneath the bed will break and I lose my balance, I fall, and crack my skull open. Somewhere, on a shelf or something. That always draws anxiety to my heart because I don't want that to happen. So, I hope that this is the last time I have to do that. Because it truly feels like I am just like a mental patient, just performing these tasks in my room, just make sure everything gets complete in a certain period of time. Well, at least I got to listen to some the Beaver House streams while doing this. And they're entertaining, so more entertaining than TTV. It's true, I mean, seriously. But they haven't, streamed in a long time, so whatever. And TTV are basically just boring at this point. Regardless, I always fear that, I may fall off the bed and, crack my skull open, and that's not okay. So I have to stop doing this. I have to stop doing all this rearranging because it's exhausting me, for one, even though I can do it. And it's just unnecessary. But when I do it, it just feels like all this stuff, Bionicle, music, anime, I suppose, video games, movies, TV shows, all this stuff. This feels like my stuff that explodes out of my brain because it feels like this is all stuff that perfectly, stuff I think about. Also, Nerf blasters, because I still have Nerf blasters. Small armory, but yeah. It's like my mind just explodes, and what comes out is what you see in my room. Now, obviously, there's things that you still can't see because, I'm not going to do a room tour anytime soon, but, it's like, what comes out of my brain is what you see on the walls. And that Iron Maiden thing is my dad's, at least it was, and he let me have it. So it's over the closet, and it looks cool. But what you see perfectly encapsulates my mind. It's chaos. It's utter chaos, and I love it. But, you know, I can't do this forever. You know, I'm 32. I'm fucking 32 years old. I need to, you know, slow down how much activity I do in terms of, you know, redecorating my room. And, you know, I understand self-expression, and you can never fail at self-expression, to quote a certain person, I can't remember their name, Kevin Smith. But, yeah, I understand self-expression, and really, when it comes to all of this is kind of self-expression, and it's, I guess I just want things to be a certain way, but I'm like my mom in a way, that I can't have things be a certain way for a certain period of time. Like, I have to, you know, change things up every so often. And, I hate doing that, but, you know, I just want things to stay a certain way for more than a day. Like, if I can leave all of this up in its current positions for the rest of the year, I think I would have, you know, achieved a goal. So let's keep that up. I'll set a goal for myself. Leave all this up for the rest of the year, and we'll see what happens on New Year's Day. Because I can't keep doing this to myself. It's anger-inducing, and it's physically exhausting, but I can do it. And it's just, you know, at some point you just gotta, you know, slow down and stop and realize, wait, this is not the way to do things. Sometimes when I do rearrange my room and I want to do, you know, simple, less chaotic stuff, I tend to put the Lego posters back there instead, or the Vocaloids as well, which are up there now. You know, the room tends to look more tidy and less chaotic, and I guess I just prefer the chaos that it is right now than to have things, you know, be less chaotic in this room. So the Lego posters are over there next to the Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween poster. Yeah, I like that movie. I think it's great that Rob made a origin story for Michael Myers. Unnecessary, but hey, it was pretty good. I mean, I'll talk about the Halloween franchise in October when I watch the sequel trilogy. And yeah, a lot of things are where they should be, and that's where they're staying, hopefully, and I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't. I'd rather kill myself than let myself do this one more time. This is the last time. I guarantee it. Obviously, you know, I can't, you know, prevent myself from changing the stuff again, but, you know, I can try my hardest at least. This is something where it's just a silly idea to decorate my room in certain ways, and it's like, at the end of the day, it's just whatever. I shouldn't care that much, but I do, and that's to my detriment, I suppose. And it's just silly, you know, and I feel silly as a result of that. So yeah. One thing that is pretty metal, this German World War I bayonet. My uncle gave this to me. Ow. And it's pretty cool. So hey, metal. Black metal bands tend to use weapons like that in their promo images and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I also have, you know, what else do I have? Well, obviously I have this thing. This Lego thing. I put this right in front of my Nintendo Entertainment System mini knockoff thing yesterday. I brought that back out because I'm going to plug that in and play it at some point. That's also sitting on my DVD Blu-ray player. Yes, I have a DVD Blu-ray combo player. It works still, hopefully. And yeah. I'm surprised I still have this thing. This dump truck thing. It's not really a dump truck, it's more of a hook loader, I guess you could say. Double hook loader. Yeah. I love this because it has red Borak eyes. But they're not red Borak eyes, regular red. And that's pretty cool, you know, you can mock with those. That's sitting right there on top of my PS2 Slim on the side where it gets warm because I shouldn't put that right there, especially since there's rubber for the tires. Anyway, but the point is, I may seem calm, cool, and collected about all this chaos that's going on in my room right now in this video. That's because, well, really, I just don't care anymore. I really shouldn't care because it's just stuff, you know. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just how often I do it and how often it hurts me to do it. And, you know, when I listen to other music that's not metal, sometimes I want my room to be decorated in stuff that's more akin to that style of music. So when I listen to Shinedown, you know, I want those posters to be put up and I want to rearrange again. And I listen to J-pop and yeah. But when I feel like listening to metal again, I repeat the cycle all over again. This is what I call the cycles of suffering. At least to quote the song by Suffocation. And really, this has to stop at some point, honestly, and the point is right now. I am getting to the point where I just feel like I can't do this anymore, and at some point my body is going to break down and, you know, not let me do things like this anymore because it's a lot of movements, it's a lot of, you know, getting up off of this fucking chair and, you know, reaching and whatnot, and you know, making sudden movements that could possibly, you know, damage something, a part of my body. But yeah, so this needs to stop, and what better time to stop than now? That's why all this stuff is staying up, hopefully. And I even have a Traga Duma mask, the Kirill, from the Tower of Toa playset in my windowsill. Well, it's not on the windowsill, it's on top of the part where the window goes up, yeah. I'm sure the neighbors appreciate that. Anyway. I'm running out of time on this camera because this camera sucks up time on the SD card room and whatnot, so. And I'm running out of battery as well, so we need to end this video. So overall, at the end of the day, it's whatever, you know. This is probably the last video I'll make out of covering this whole saga of stupidity, like I call it. And I just need to, just let go at this point, because it's just not worth it. It really is not worth it. It's not worth, potentially, as I said, cracking my skull open over this. It's not worth hurting myself over. And it's definitely not worth, losing my mind over. Because at this point, it feels like I'm losing my mind over all of this chaos and trying to, make things a certain way. This stuff stays exactly where it's at. And that's gonna be it for this saga of stupidity. Now, I hope you all enjoy the LEGO content that I post. Despite, some people probably not enjoying it because I trash talk LEGO, rightfully so. And, I will try to have some more LEGO content. It's just, you gotta be prepared for what I say, and if you're not, well, then whatever. And again, if you don't like my LEGO content because of my opinions, well, fuck you, get out of here. And I will have some music and video game related content out soon, and I will have a episode of Back to Basics today, tonight, whatever. And yeah, stay tuned for that. And oh, I just realized I still have Kalma over here. I forgot to put him away. Squid Man, tentacle hentai monster to your fucking face. Yeah. I gotta put him on the shelf. I'll put him right there temporarily. The neighbors can look at his squiddly face. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about all this stupid stuff and whatnot. And let me know in the comment section below what you think about the metal posters. Should they stay? Should they go? Like, if I have to put them away again, yeah, no, I just don't want to do that. This has been quite a saga, and I'm over it at this point, so. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.